Welcome guys, it's Andy and Simon here from D6 Evolution.
Hello.
And it's time for another battle report. Not just any battle report, buddy, we've had a new FAQ drop, haven't we?
We are post FAQ now. The April FAQ has just come out.
Oh, so this week we have my Deathwatch and Custodes versus...
New Imperial Knights.
Yeah, and these guys, the Imperial Knights Simon's got are absolutely crazy. Do you want to quickly tell me about your army you've got?
So a lot of you guys have probably seen my army if you guys follow Facebook or on the Imperial Knights group. Mine is the Mortuary Guard army that you guys might have seen. Yeah. It's been in the previous battle report.
Yeah.
Few different models this time, so it should be quite interesting to play.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. I've brought some cool Custodes tanks, and Simon has promised not to kill them all immediately.
I have promised not to kill them all on turn one.
We'll see what happens there. Now, anyone who's new to this, D6 Evolution is all about making you guys better 40k players. So with this battle report, we're trying something different here. So I want some feedback on this. We're going to really be focusing on the tactics involved and the decisions we're making. And yeah, hopefully you guys can learn a bit. And if you think that we've made the wrong call, obviously comment below. Let us know what I think, particularly about Simon's decisions. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I can't promise that they're going to make some great decisions here.
The tactics. We don't claim to have good tactics, but there are tactics.
There are tactics in here somewhere, we promise.
Okay, let's see the armies.
Okay, this is 2,000 points of my Mortuary Knights. We've seen them on the channel previously. Yeah, good for an army.
Ah, this is such a crazy knight in the middle here. What's this?
So this is a Forge-World Acastus Knight Porphyrion.
It looks quite scary.
It is. It is against tanks. It's very scary. So it's got 2 autocannons and 2 twin Magna las cannons.
Yep.
They are strength 12, AP -3, damage 6, and 2d3 shots each, so 4d3 shots total. It's toughness 9, 30 wounds, the usual ion shield. Despite how big it is only 1 command point to rotate ion shields on that thing.
Fantastic.
Good old Forge World.
Yep. Okay, let's have a look with what is we're going to call the small knight this time, the Valiant.
Yeah, the Valiant.
Oh, it's got a harpoon. What does that do?
Probably nothing. It's a one-shot weapon. It's.
Do you know what happens with one-shot weapons?
Yeah, probably going to miss.
Every time,
Every
guaranteed.
single
It's
time.
like having one melter gun in a Space Marine squad.
Pretty much. Yeah. So it's one shot. It is, however, strength 16, many AP, and damage 10.
Flat 10 damage.
Flat 10 damage, and if it wounds someone, it's an extra D3 mortal wounds. Pretty funny.
That's cool. And you got the Flamer, not the Relic Flamer, is it?
Not the Relic Flamer. The house I'm using for this is going to be Raven, which lets me advance and shoot.
I think that's much better because you actually get much longer range on your weapons, particularly because this thing's such short range.
Yeah, you lose the Traitor's Pyre Relic, which lets you reroll wounds because it's only for Imperialis. But you do gain the ability to be able to run and shoot with it. And obviously, it's very short range weapons, so it really benefits from it.
So, any relics on this guy?
So this guy has Iron Bulwark, so it's the 4+ invulnerable save.
So that's his Warlord, isn't it?
That's his Warlord trait.
Yep.
The Porphyrion is actually my Warlord.
Yep.
He's got Cunning Commander, which is a free reroll and an extra CP.
Yep.
And he's also got the 2+ armor save relic.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be killing
2+ save, fun.
And let's have a look at a regular knight.
It is Ear to Gallant. You've seen these before. This one has just got the Sanctuary relic, so 5+ invulnerable save in combat.
I love Gallants. They're amazing. They just do so much work for their points, don't they?
Yeah, they're really, really good.
And then you have the loyal 32, a very ghostly 32.
They're so loyal, in fact, that they're serving me in death.
Yep. Yeah, that's really cool. And what's this guy? You know when you see one guy in an auxiliary detachment, you know there's shenanigans happening.
So this is an auxiliary Mechanicus engine seer.
Yeah. Go on then. What's the tricks?
So the new FAQ made a bit of a change to a rule for Questor Mechanicus from the book called Knight of the Cog.
Yeah.
Which was you could select one knight and give it canticles. It used to only work on auxiliary detachments because every unit in the detachment had to have canticles for it to work. It now works on just a single knight, so you can now use it on a single knight in a normal super heavy detachment.
So what are you using that for?
So this guy will be able to use Knight of the Cog to give this guy Canticles and be able to give him some of the cool stuff like reroll ones to hit and shooting or counters being in cover.
Because it must be so easy to get this guy in cover otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, he carries cover pretty much with him, so
he's got his tree. He's got his tree. Yeah.
So yeah, he's just there just to sit there and just provide a little bit of support to the Porphyrion on the first couple of turns, just in case Andy wants to try his luck with shooting it.
That's really cool. I'm really excited. Well, I say excited, terrified to see what this thing's going to do against me. Right, let's have a look at what he's up against. $2,000 points of Deathwatch with Custodes and Imperial Guard. So let me run you through what I've got. So I have a very, very angry Watchmaster here. I absolutely love this model. So he is my Warlord. He has the Warlord trait of Hidden Knowledge. So he gets command points back on a 5+, and he gets 1 free reroll per game. His second in command is a Jump Pack Captain with the Beacon Angelus. Just to say, this guy's relic is his extra relic is going to be the Tomb of the Ectoclades. So essentially, he gets an extra reroll 1s aura. So normally Deathwatch get reroll 1s. I choose at the start of the game. Against Simon, it will be against infantry, and his will be against heavy support and Lord of War. So it just gives that a little bit of extra flexibility. Behind that, I have 3 kill teams. Now, these guys are absolutely amazing. So there's two teams. Two teams have two Terminators, a Jump Pack, and a Bike, and everyone else has Storm Shields and Storm Bolters, of course. And one has everything but doesn't have a Bike in it. So the idea behind these is you can teleport them in. They're incredibly durable because they've got a 2+ save on the Terminators, or you tank them on the Storm Shield. So they're really, really resilient, and they've got a lot of mobility. The Beacon Angelus can be used to teleport a squad around the table. And they've also come with teleporter homers, so as long as the Terminators are alive, they can teleport back to wherever I place the teleporter homers. So really, really good units. Terminators make them fearless. The guys with the red hats here, the Black Shield, they make the unit being able to heroically intervene. The Jump Pack lets me fall back and shoot still, and the Biker lets me fall back and charge. If I ever want to charge only Simon's Imperial Knights.
Probably not.
Behind that, I have a loyal 32. Very loyal 32. I have the London GT models, one of my company commanders, and he has the Kurov's Aquila relic for, again, trying to get some of those CP back. And behind that, I have a Custodes heavy support detachment. So the tanks are the grav tanks. Simon, what's the name of them?
Caladius grav tanks.
Fantastic. And they have a strength 8 8-shot weapon. So they are absolutely fantastic. D3 damage each. And they have bolters, which are 6 shots. Strength 6, AP -2. So really, really good tanks. -2 to your charge. Really good. I have the Vexilla Magnifica, the banner guy here, who makes them -1 to hit as well. And the Shield Captain here gives them reroll 1s to hit. So they're incredibly efficient firepower. I've not really used them before, so it'd be really interesting to see what happens, though I suspect they're just going to get blown off the table.
No, I promise not to kill all of them turn 1. So.
Is that a promise? You've heard it here. He's promised not to kill them turn 1. I don't think he's going to keep that promise.
Probably not. Sorry.
And of course, an Imperium army wouldn't be present without an assassin sideboard. So here we have it. Which one do you think I should take? Comment below, let me know, and let me know what you think of my choice. I know which one I'm going to choose.
I know which one you're going to choose.
Yes, my favourite one as always. Okay, guys, we'll get back to you with deployment. Here we have it. We are all deployed, and we are playing Vital Intelligence. That means there is 5 objectives on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Now, we score 1 point at the end of the battle round for each one that we hold. We roll a d6 at the start of the turn and that number corresponds with which objective is worth double points for the turn, doesn't it, buddy?
That's correct. And if you roll a 6 on the d6, all objectives become active, and they're all worth 2 points.
Right, so pretty crazy stuff. And of course, we get First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker. Now, I'd say I'd say going second in this mission is massive, isn't it?
It is.
I say that because I am going second, because Simon has set up first, and that means he gets to go first unless I can seize the initiative on one of our D6 dice. Here we go.
It is a 2.
Woo! Looks like this guy is going to tear a piece out of me. So, going second against Simon is going to be a really rough start to the game. Though, arguably, I think it's probably going to be better overall for the mission because the points are all scored at the end of the battle round. So that gives me a chance to knock him off objectives or cheekily steal some from him at the end of the battle round. Though, arguably, I'm probably going to lose a tank or two first turn to that Porphyrion shooting. Now, I've tried to keep out of line of sight the best I can. We've agreed that all ground floor of ruins are line of sight blocking, apart from those 2 big arches on the central buildings. We've agreed they're not line of sight blocking, which really does limit my ability to hide those grav tanks. The one I've highlighted on the map here, I've managed to hide that out of line of sight. Even if Simon moves his knights to its full extent, they still can't see that knight, so that one's safe. The other 2, well, they're just going to have to rely on that -1 to hit banner, but they're well and truly out in the open. Apart from that, the main priorities for my deployment were keeping my 30 guardsmen safe. And now it sounds crazy, but those are the guys who are going to move block Simon's knights turn 2 and turn 3, and they're going to keep that gallant and that valiant out of my deployment zone, and they're really going to do some incredible work in this game, I think. Apart from that, I put all 3 squads of Deathwatch in reserve. As soon as Simon starts moving out, I'm hopefully going to drop him behind his lines. I've chosen Eversaw Assassin, and that is an amazing way of clearing screens as well. I think if I can get Simon down to 2 knights and kill the rest of his models, he hasn't got many, he won't be able to score the objectives, and I can just win on the objective game. Well, that's the plan anyway. So the next thing I need to think about when trying to counter-deploy Simon is threat ranges for his Imperial Knights. Now, his Gallant is a combat monster, and it's important to note that it can advance and charge with a full tilt stratagem. So working out his threat range is 12 inches plus d6 plus a 2d6 charge. He has a 30-inch charge range, so I've deployed all of my guys just outside of 30 just to make sure that I don't end up with a first turn charge from that knight, because Simon will do that if I give him any chance. The other thing I really don't want to happen, obviously I can't deploy out of the Porphyrion Knights range, but I can deploy out of the Valiant's range. So the Valiant actually, with the House Raven, it can advance and still shoot its weapons. So it can move 10 inches, it can then advance a d6, and it's got an 18-inch flamer as well. So I think it's got a 34-inch range. So by doing this, by keeping my guardsmen safe, by keeping my Deathwatch in reserve, and by keeping out of threat range of his Gallant and his Valiant, it's only really going to be the Porphyrion who can shoot me this turn. Yeah, it's going to do some damage, but it can be a whole lot worse if I don't deploy properly. So let's see what happens on Simon's first turn.
So, I've deployed my army pretty much as far forward as possible. I've left my guardsmen out of line of sight behind one of the big line of sight blocking buildings. I don't want to get them killed on first turn, but I'll need them to screen his deep strike in the second turn. So I'm going to have to be aggressive with the knights and keep my screen alive until I know he's about to deep strike.
The advance of the knights has happened. Simon, walk me through your movement phase, buddy. What have you got?
So all 3 knights have advanced. They're House Raven, so they can still shoot. I know that I'm out of range with most of my weapons with the Valiant, and I'm obviously out of charge range with the Gallant. So essentially I've moved those to the centre of the board just to take some board presence.
That's really cool.
The Porphyrion's moved forward and to the side slightly to get himself some line of sight to the 2 far side tanks.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's going to be pretty rough for these 2 here.
I've kept my guard roughly where they are inside line of sight at the moment, so they'll start moving when I need to block.
Well, these guys down here, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you're right, you don't need your screen first turn against me, do you? But you need to set up. And you've done your Shroud Charm, haven't you?
Yep, so I've spent 1 command point to give Knight of the Cog to the Porphyrion.
Okay.
So he now has Canticles of the Omnissiah, and I've chosen my first one for the battle round, which is Shroud Charm, which counts as being cover.
Yay, so he's on a 1-up save.
He's on a 1-up save.
Good times for the Custodes over here. Okay, buddy, so it's no psychic phase, so it's straight on to shooting with you, isn't it?
Straight on to shooting.
Guys, the big guy is going to shoot first of all, and he is... What are you lining up, buddy?
So, first of all, I'm going to spend 3 command points to do Order of Companions.
Yep.
So, lets me reroll all 1s.
Yay! Right. What are you going to shoot at?
So, both...
Guardsman.
So both the autocannons are going into guardsmen. No, they're not. So both the autocannons are going to go into this tank here.
Yep.
And then one of the Magna Lance cannons is going into this one, and the other one is going into the far side one.
Okay, so you're -1 to hit.
I am -1 to hit. I'm weapon ballistic seal 2+, so I'm in on 3s instead of 2s.
Yeah, so we need lots of 2s.
Lots of 2s, which is usually what happens with me anyway.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the autocannons into the first on first, so 4 shots. All hit.
Oh, God.
Strength 7 and toughness 7, so 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of Order's Companions.
Oh, God damn you.
So 2 wounds, and they're -1 and 2 damage each.
Okay, so 4 ups. Yes, double 6 to start the game.
That's fine, because as long as it doesn't get them against these ones. So it's 2d3 shots from the first one into that tank.
Rerolling your number.
Reroll the number. So
You can reroll those. Because it's D3s.
So 4 shots.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s. Hit.
This is a dead tank.
We're wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
That is 4. They're only for -3, but it's still straight to your 5+ invulnerable save.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. 1 drop dice, so do that one again. No, that is 3, so that is a dead tank.
That is 12 damage.
No, it's 3. 3 went through.
3 went through.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So does it blow up? No.
No. Okay. Well, okay, that's 1 dead tank. Excellent so far.
And for the other one?
So this is the other one. Another 4 shots. Rerolling 1s. So all hits, or 3 hits.
You're just doing the big one first, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
3s. That's another 3. 3
Okay.
invulnerable saves on the other tank. Oh, that is.
I'm going to reroll one of those. I
yeah.
need one of these to survive. No.
No, that is 12, 18 damage on that one.
Yeah.
That
Does
will
it explode? No.
No. Okay, so that's 2 dead Custodes tanks. So first strike,
And then some.
and then some. Yep.
Have you any other targets in range?
Nope, that is it for the Porphyrion.
And that is it for the Imperial Knights.
So yeah, I think I've got maybe something with the autocannons on the Valiant to shoot at, but not much. In fact,
You
actually,
can't see anything because they're all dead.
they're both dead. So yeah, my shooting phase is done. Yeah, that went well.
That was an awesome first turn, wasn't it? I did not need those tanks. That's why I brought 3 of them. I've got 1 left. That's fine. So I thought, maybe if I'd only lost 1, it'd have been a good turn. But losing 2, that is pretty nasty. Key thing I think here, guys, is that I move the guard forwards. I try and move block his knights so they can't get table presence, and I just continue to outscore him. I think that's the key here. And I just have to assume my last tank's going to die pretty quickly in turn 2. So here it is. Turn 1 movement phase. My guardsmen have received some very brave orders.
Go on, talk us through what they've done.
So the company commander, who has run all the way back there now, has moved them forwards. And he's staying just outside of 3 of this knight here. The idea being that actually he can't move over guardsmen if he's not falling back. So he's trapped here and out of range of anything important. Equally well, I've done the same thing over here to this Imperial Knight Gallant as well. And the company commander and my watchmaster are standing on objective number 3, which I will score. So good times to be had there. And I've actually realised that if I stay put with this tank here, your giant tank of death can't actually do anything.
It cannot see you. Do you want to explain why you've stayed outside of 3 inches of my knights?
Yeah, absolutely. So Imperial Knights, if they take relics, they are characters, and as characters they can heroically intervene, even if I don't make any charge moves. So the whole idea is that I stop these guys from moving forward, so the Valiant's Flame is still out of range of me, which is really, really important. So this tank should live this turn. Well, we should live a little bit longer than this other tanks.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
It's made it to at least probably the second round, so...
Right, I guess I better do some shooting.
Okay, so Andy's going to fire his tank into the Gallant on this side here. So, here we go.
Okay, 8 shots, buddy. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Goddamn D6 dice. Always betray on 4s. 1, 2, 3. 4 wounds with that, buddy.
Okay, 4 wounds.
Do you want to make some saves for me?
I do. What I should have done is rotate Iron Shield. So here we go. So these are AP minus...
-3.
So straight to 5 up invuns.
I did something!
So all 4 go through.
Yeah, see how this feels. These are all going to be 1s now, aren't they?
So they D3 damage these things.
Yeah, they are all 1s.
They are all 1s. It has done a mighty 4 damage. It's taking it down to 20 wounds.
It's done 5 damage.
Oh, sorry, 5 damage. So not bad. Let's see what else he's got.
I've got my.
Oh, you still got more stuff.
Yeah, you haven't blown everything up yet.
Okay.
This is the golden bolters with a strength 6 minus 2 AP. So on 5s. On 5, so that is another 3. Another 3.
Another 3. Here we go. Ooh, that is another
3 wounds.
Goes. Not bad at all. Not bad. That's a pretty good round of shooting for the tank.
Yep. This have only ever had 3 of them.
Yeah, if only you had 3 more, you might have actually almost killed the knight.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the first battle round, I've scored 1 point for being in on this objective here.
Did you score any points for being over here, buddy?
I did. I scored 1 point for being over here, but I forgot to move guardsmen onto this back objective here, so I've missed a trick here like an idiot. That's me rushing forward with the gallant.
Yeah.
So 2 points for the objectives. I did get first strike, which takes me to 3 points in the first round.
Yeah. So there's 1 under your big knight here.
There's 1 under the big knight here.
Yeah, so you've got 2 points plus first blood, and I have 1 point here. I have the bonus 1 here for 2 points, so I'm on 3. So that is a even round.
Tied round first round.
Yeah, it feels like an even round.
Yeah, I think that sums up that round perfectly.
Okay, buddy, your turn too. Let's see what damage you can do.
Okay, so beginning of second battle round. I know that Andy's got a lot of deep striking units about to come in, so this is where my guard screen is going to come really useful. I need to make sure that I don't get my Knight Porphyrion tied up because it can't overwatch, and I need it to survive to be able to kill the rest of his army, basically. What Andy's done is he's now moved his guard squads and move blocked my Gallant and my Valiant. So this turn's going to be very tricky for movement. I'm just going to have to, unfortunately, grin and bear this next moving phase, clear out screens, and continue pushing forward.
So here we have it. Imperial Knights, movement phase, turn 2. And basically you've had a bunch of ghostly bodies doing a little ring dance around your Imperial Knight, from what I can work out, Simon.
We have.
Simon, please explain what's going on.
Allow me to demonstrate the power of the move order. So basically all my guard were inside the main building here to begin with.
Because you didn't need a screen turn.
Didn't need a screen. I know now that you're going to have possibly deep strike this turn, so I need to basically stop you.
It's not like I've got anything left on the board, is it?
Well, you've still got 30 crazed lunatic space marines to deal with very, very silly bolt guns.
Yeah.
So essentially what I've done here, I've tried to screen out as much of my sort of deployment area as possible to deny you as much area to...
You've moved your guardsmen on the objective this turn.
I have. They are an objective, which is quite nice.
Good tactic there, mate.
Unfortunately, we rolled the same vital intelligence objective again, so it is still number 3 of an Andy's corner.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of intelligence to give that objective.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Didn't save the tanks, but...
No. I still have 2 lone Custodes over there who really don't have much to buff anymore. So this guy is still out of line of sight of anything?
He's still out of line of sight of anything. Essentially, I've moved my screen out around the Porphyrion to screen him from being targeted or being charged.
So my question is, which one of these guardsmen is going to get the harpoon to its face?
Whichever one survives the flamer, apparently. So.
I want to see that happen. So, harpoon straight onto the guardsman.
So, yeah, this is the Thunderstrike harpoon. Behold, as it now misses. Every time. I'd like to apologise to everyone hoping that the Valiant would be good this game. That's fine, though. It's making more allowances for the amazing flamer that's about to happen.
Okay.
So it just makes it look more impressive.
One-shot weapons always fail, don't they?
Yeah. It's re-roll to hit against vehicles and monsters, but
not the brave guardsman.
Not the brave guardsman who seem to be immortal to it. All right, Conflagration Cannon, 3d6 attacks. 11 attacks. 3, 6, 9, 11.
Strength 6. Wounding on 2s.
Wounding on 2s. That is 11 wounds.
AP minus million.
Minus 2 and 2 damage.
Yeah, I think the 2 damage is going to seal that.
Yeah, so
that's the squad.
That is the squad.
Surprise.
Yeah, that is the.
You didn't even have to shoot your melter guns or your.
All my autocannons, all the missiles.
Yeah.
because they don't have anything else to target because the guard is still closest. So
Cool. Hey, Simon, what's next, buddy?
we're going to do the gallant, who's going to fire his mighty stubber into the guardsman in front of him over here.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, go for it.
Hitting on freeze, wounding on freeze.
Yes!
Moving on.
They're still going to get stomped to death, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What's the big guy going to shoot?
Well,
Can he see any guardsmen?
I don't think you can see any guardsmen at the moment.
Oh, I think he can see a couple of guardsmen.
You might be able to see a couple of guards. Yeah, you can see some
Guard.
just by there.
Okay.
So we'll fire everything into the guardsman.
Okay, I want 4d3 mega volcano.
Well, we're going to do the autocannons first.
Oh.
So the autocannons first, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s.
You sure you don't want to order of companions? The
Against the guardsman,
so that's 2 dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, well, it might only be -1. You might save them. Yeah.
Yes, I saved one. You killed 1 guardsman so far.
Yep. And here we go. So they're about to take 2 Magna Las cannons. 4, 6, 7 shots.
So you can kill 2 Custodes tanks, but can you kill 10 guardsmen?
Well, they all hit. 2s to kill. 7 dead.
7 dead, so that's 8 dead
7
in
dead.
total.
It's
So
8
you
dead.
haven't killed a squad.
No, did less
But they
damage
are
than
really-
the Valiant.
Yeah. Have you got anything else to shoot, buddy?
No, nothing else to shoot. That is all my shooting done.
That's less painful than your first turn.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me just pull my dead, and we'll get back to you with the assault phase. A long charge to make, Simon. Are you sure you can make it?
No, because my dice have not been kind to me in previous games. So
Well, it is a 1 inch, just over a 1 inch charge. Let's hear it.
hey, we're in.
And you still can't move anyway.
I still can't move anywhere. So literally, I'm just going to move as far forward as I can just to base these guys.
Okay, roll it up, buddy. Use your fist. Use your fist.
No, now,
come on, use your fist.
Now, I fell for this last time. So if anyone saw our previous battle report, Andy tricked me into using the fist, and your
My
sister
Dialogus, yeah.
survived. I will not fall for that a second time. So it is, unfortunately, I am just going to have to just punch you. With stompy feet. 1, 2, 3, 4,
15?
5, 15 attacks.
Okay, let's see it, buddy.
Hitting on 2s.
Oh, there's some 1s in there. These last 2 could live, even though they're going to flee from morale.
They are wounding on 2s. That is many.
So they're
4, 8, 10 wounded, -2 and D3 damage each, which I think is 2 dead guardsmen.
Yes, that is 2 guardsmen. Cool. Would you like to consolidate, sir?
I would like to consolidate.
You're just going to go 3 inches forwards, are you? So, turn 2 for the Deathwatch. Now, this has to be a big turn. I really need to get back in this game. Now, certain things need to happen. I need to try and continue to move block the Gallant, and I need to move block the Valiant still, just to keep them out of range of my lines. Ideally, I need to try and kill this Gallant. I need to kill 1 knight in this game. If I kill 1 knight, then I'm back in this. And apart from that, I need to get in behind his lines. Now, Simon has left me a gap in his screens and on his backboard edge. Now, I think I can really take advantage of this. Now, if Simon had fully screened me out, I wouldn't be able to drop in his table half at all. And I'd have to drop back in my own deployment zone. And at that point, I think I probably lost the game because I've got nothing at that point. I genuinely do. I can't score any objectives, and I'm going to be facing off against a Gallant and a Valiant, and that's just not going to end well. So by dropping in the corner there, I'll kill all of his guardsmen. Hopefully I can charge the company commanders and the Eversaw. The Eversaw is just going to get stuck in there and see what happens, and hopefully cause absolute chaos. So I need this turn to go well, and hopefully it does. Let's see what happens. Okay, buddy, so this is my movement phase, turn 2. Including the move order. So the tanks stay behind here. It's try to keep out a line of sight of your big guys yet again. I've moved my guard screen up here to keep your Valiant in the same place, away from my 1 remaining tank, you bad man. Now, I've had a little bit of disaster with the move. This company commander here rolled a 1 and then a 1 again on his reroll. And then a 1 again to see whether I got a command point back. So that's been emotional, because he's meant to be here, and this guard commander's meant to be here, so that I've just pinned this guy into place. So at the moment...
So there is a big enough gap now.
Yes, this guy can come round here and lay waste to my kill team.
They have arrived. The Deathwatch have arrived.
Yeah, my Deathwatch have arrived specifically within 15 inches here. The plan was that being able to move block you here, you wouldn't be able to get the charge off, but that's just failed because I've rolled a double one. But you know, things happen.
That's fine, because on the other side of the board, I didn't screen properly, and what's happened because of that?
Okay, so my whole plan here is to try and stop you from scoring. So I've dropped my Deathwatch in here. They're in rapid fire of this squad, and the Eversaw is going to be within 12 inches of these two to hopefully get a double kill off here as well.
You have chosen the Eversaw as your assassin detachment.
Yes, yeah, I have. I love my Eversaws.
You do. You are a big fan of your Eversaw.
So let's see if I can shave a few wounds off this Imperial Knight here.
Off the gallant, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so first up I'm going to shoot my Custodes grav tank.
All right.
8 shots, buddy.
So I am going to declare rotate iron shields this time.
Ooh, look at a command point. No,
it's another one.
Bloody ones. Right, that's going over there.
That dice has got away. So
right, 8 shots. And I do reroll once, and I hit on 2s. More ones. Disgraceful.
Enemy on 4s.
That is 4.
That's not bad. So hopefully the dice are kinder to me than they were Andy. Not too bad. So 2 go through, so 2d3 damage.
Okay. Oh,
pretty good.
6.
6 damage. Ooh, ouch. Okay.
And then I have my heavy bolters. That's all hits.
That's pretty good rolling there.
5s. That is 3 more.
It's bad then. It's still on my 4+ invern. And 1 goes through, which is 2 damage. I think.
No,
1 damage.
1 damage.
So 7 damage altogether.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad at all. Okay, what's next?
Right, buddy. I am going to do some Deathwatch shooting.
Deathwatch, cool.
Yeah, Deathwatch. So these guys are at 15 inches, apart from the guy at the back who's just out of range. So they're going to be rapid firing into him. They can rapid fire because they get plus 6 inches to their range, so it'll be 15-inch rapid fire now. And they're next to the Watchmaster. They've used the +1 to wound stratagem against heavies, and the chapter attack is reroll 1s to wound.
Cool.
So we'll get back to you with hopefully I'll get some wounds. How many wounds is that, Simon?
12 wounds.
Yeah,
so
he bolters can't kill everything.
So he could potentially kill it now. It is on 8 wounds left.
Yeah.
So got 12 saves. These are AP -1.
So you're on 4 ups.
So on my 4 up, so straight onto my shield.
Okay, so
that's
1,
not
2,
great.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds. You're down to 3.
2 wounds left.
Ooh.
2 wounds left on this guy. So
Buddy, next I'm going to do my Tempest Shell from my my Watchmaster. It's going to hit. It does D3 mortal wounds, so hits, and it does 3.
okay, nothing I can do about that. So
let's roll to see whether it explodes.
yeah, let's do that. The question is, being close to his character guys here, do I spend 2 CP to try and make it explode and do some damage to these guys? Now, Notorious, though, you know, usually it works really, really well, so it'd be really, really not to, really. So
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 2 CP to see if I can make it explode. So I got a 4+. It does explode.
Oh.
So every unit within 2d6, 10 inches. So that's probably going to hit the
1, 2, 3. Those 3 units.
yeah, it's also probably going to hit my Valiant. It's probably going to hit my Guardsmen behind here as well. So we'll get back to you when we do all the wound rolls.
Right, so first up, mortal wounds on your Valiant. The first damage I've done to it does 1. What is with
1
all these
mortal wound.
ones? Right, you take that damage.
I'll take 1 point of damage on the Valiant.
Okay, your turn.
In exchange, we'll do
Company
the
commander.
first company commander, which we'll do.
1. These are D6 evolution
Yeah,
dice
so
here.
1 wound so far.
Yeah.
The next company commander, he'll take 1
that's
damage.
cocked, buddy.
Oh, it's a cocked. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
These only roll 1s. Oh, 2.
3. Oh, no, 3 damage. Damage
yes.
D6 on
Yeah,
all the wounds.
and these guys?
And the guard squad, they will take 6 mortal wounds. So a lot of guardsmen just explode
1,
horribly.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we're still screening out the Valiant
Until
there.
morale.
And we'll come back with some more shooting in a moment.
Okay, so 6 guys are going to be shooting this squad here, and 4 guys are going to be shooting this Imperial Guard squad down here. It's all about Hellfire. My chapter tactic is still reroll 1s against infantry. The reason I could reroll 1s against the heavy support and Lord of War was the chapter master's relic. Okay, so after the shooting, there was 10 which died here and 8 died over here. That was a lot of hellfire shooting, wasn't it, buddy?
Yeah, it just goes to show, like, when these guys have actually got a proper target, they're pretty
crazy.
pretty devastating. So yeah, pretty much all my back line screen is gone.
Okay, Eversore's going to shoot these last 2 with his pistol. 3 hits, and he rerolls against infantry, which he doesn't need, so they are 6 up saves.
Ouch, 6 ups. Boom.
That's the rest of the squad, buddy.
2. That is it. That is the final 2 guardsmen from that squad done.
Okay, so charges. The Eversore's going to charge these 2 guys here.
So, because I can't actually see him from line of sight, I cannot overwatch him.
This one can overwatch.
This one can't. So
Would you like a pistol shot?
I would. One last pistol. Watch this. Boom.
No.
Okay.
3d6 charge. Boom.
That is
15-inch charge.
That was a 15-inch charge.
Okay, so we'll move him in a moment. Deathwatch, you're going to need a 10-inch charge. Ooh,
When they make a 10-inch
10-inch
charge.
they're going to wrap in here and hopefully end up on that objective over there. So good times all round for that. And that's it. Okay, so the Deathwatch here have piled into objective number 4, so I've definitely got that. They're activating first, and they're going to attack this company commander. So 8 attacks is all they have, and I'm going to wound you on 3s. That's 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
Just need you to fail all of those.
No problems. Oh, he's actually going to only fail 2, so he is down to 2 wounds left.
Ooh, nasty. And they'll consolidate in a second, and I'm just going to do the Eversore's attacks. 8 attacks. Only 6. And reroll against infantry. There we go. That is another 6.
Another 6. Let's see how these do.
Got 2 left.
Oh, there's a bit of
That's
spread out
definitely
rolls,
not
but
2.
that is definitely not 2. Unfortunately, he is dead, and the company commander is gone.
Okay, so the Eversore is going to reactivate again. He gets a beastie 6-inch consolidate, so he's in on the other company commander who he declared a charge against as well. So he reactivated. He killed a character.
Commander here, yeah.
So he got a command point, and I've just spent 2 command points to reactivate. Always these ones. Reroll wounds with his claw. Nope. So that is another 4.
So I need to pass at least 3 of these. Sorry, at least 1 of these. And I fail all of them.
Dead company commander.
Yeah, he is dead. I don't think he's worth spending a command point on to save, unfortunately.
Okay.
So he is gone.
So end of the phase, my Eversore, who's hiding in the corner there now, after a 6-inch consolidate, is going to see whether his stim overload hurts him. So on a 1, 2, or 3, it takes him all to wound. Yay, we're good.
He's good.
So scores at the end of the turn. This is going to be quite interesting. So I'm on objective 4 with my Deathwatch after the consolidate. I'm on objective 2 with my Shield Captain, and I'm on objective 3 with my Deathwatch squad over there, which is also the priority objective. So it's worth double points. So that's 4 points to me.
And then on this one, I have the centre objective here by the Valiant, and I have the re-objective here, number 1 by the Porphyrion. So I have 2 for this round.
Don't forget, we need to do a. We need to do.
Oh yes, so these guard here need a morale check because they did lose 6 to mortal wounds.
And the leadership 7.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 1 to do a D3 instead, so it's 1 CP. And on my morale check, I take a 3. So that's 3 plus 6 is 9. So I'm left with 2.
2 more.
The exact amount.
Yeah, the 2 he needed. He did need to keep these blocked here. So we'll get back
down to 3 command points now, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get back to you at the beginning of turn 3. Not a great round for me there. I did lose pretty much all of my screen, unfortunately, and I did lose my Gallant. So now I'm going to have to be pretty aggressive with jumping onto objectives now, but I do need to deal with the Deathwatch. And he still has a unit Deathwatch to come in yet. So I know that I've got to start clearing these before they become an issue late game. My aim now is to get onto the priority objective, stay there, and just try and get some points before I get overrun in the later turns.
So, Simon, buddy.
Yes.
Come on, walk me through. What have you got here?
So I've had to be a bit cowardly and move backwards with my knights.
Yeah.
As much as I want to be really aggressive this turn, I can't really afford to do that with the objectives. So... the Porphyrion has decided to take a disliking to the Eversore, so he's probably going to have a face full of laser in a minute.
I'm activating my feel no pain stratagem.
Yeah, I thought
he's going to live.
Well, we'll see.
To quadruple melter cannons to the face.
Yeah. The Valiant has also moved backwards.
Yeah,
He's
so
got to try
you're
and
gonna
deal a bit with this threat, hopefully the Flamer. Or maybe we'll actually see the Harpoon do some damage.
No.
That would be nice. It would
does-
the Harpoon do damage.
It does mortal wounds, doesn't it?
It does D3 mortal wounds if it actually damages something. Kind of cool.
Okay, interesting.
The Guardsmen have moved slightly over towards the middle to try and stay on this middle objective here. We'll see how long that lasts before Deathwatch come in. And
Oh, look at my 2 guardsmen still alive.
Yeah, they are still there.
Yeah.
And my Tech Marine is just sort of carried behind the building. He's still staying close to the...
Have you got any
Go ahead.
canticles this turn?
I do have Canticles this turn. I'm going to spend...
I'm still not going to shoot it, by the way.
I know. So I spent 1 CP to give the Knight Canticles again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be reroll 1s to hit in the shooting phase this time.
That's the thing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Only once per game, but reroll
Oh.
1s in the shooting phase.
Right.
So
Against my Eversaw.
against your Eversaw.
Yeah. How much do you dislike my Eversaw?
I have a burning hatred for your Eversaws. We've played quite a few games, and the Eversaws have been a gigantic pain in my backside in every game.
My favourite model by far.
Yeah. So,
Okay, ready?
Andy, I love them, but it's going to have to die. Sorry.
Right, where are we going to shoot? Where...
I think we're going to start with the Valiant first.
Oh, you're going to make me wait to see where my Eversaw lives.
I am, and I'm going to do the Harpoon last because I think firing it first was the reason it didn't work.
Yeah,
last time.
okay. You got to believe it's going to work.
Exactly. So I'm going to do the auto cannons first. So 4d3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots from them. Pretty good.
I'm in trouble.
And we're hitting on freeze.
Yes, look at those D6 evolution dice betraying you.
And winning on freeze. That's not too bad though.
What's your AP?
It's AP -1 and D3 damage.
Yikes. Okay, these are my Storm Shield saves, everyone. No, 2 dead!
2 dead from the storm fields. Lovely.
Okay, what's next? Flamer time.
I'm going to fire one of the missiles. I'll fire one of the missiles first. So here we go. Fails. It's annoying because they ignore vulnerable saves.
Yeah,
of course.
no, this is what happens when you use one-use
Yeah,
things.
yeah. So it's 4 melter guns. Melter guns hit. The melter guns wound.
Okay. Yeah, so I've still got...
Storm shields, I guess. That's what I want to see. 2 more.
So I'm down to 2 Storm Shields. And
The
your...
conflagration cannon.
Yeah.
Ooh, 6 shots. I'll spend a CP to reroll one of them.
Okay. It'll be a 1. It's a D6 dice.
No,
There
it's
you
2.
go.
No, it's 7. There we go. And freeze. Not many, just 4.
Just 4. Let's see. I'm going to take them... Are they 2 damage?
They are 2 damage piece.
Okay, so Storm Shield. Ah! Our last Storm Shield! Alive! And I'm going to take the last 2. -2, are they?
They're -2.
Yeah, I'm going to take the last one on the Storm Shield. Alive and dead. Okay, that's a lacking Storm Shields now.
That's fine, because now it is the
Harpoon!
Harpoon.
Every time!
Excellent, good job, Harpoon. Making the Valiant still the #1 choice of Knights. Cool.
We are. That is the remnant of my Deathwatch squad. No more Storm Shields, so
Storm
there
Shields.
may be some sad Deathwatch later. What's next, buddy?
Okay,
Big
so
guy.
it's a Porphyrion. We're going to fire the autocannons and one of the lance cannons at the Eversaw, and the other
The
one.
Melter Lancers, yeah.
Yep, and the other one is going to fire into the remaining Deathwatch squad.
Okay, where are we going first?
Do the autocannons into the Eversaw first. So hitting on 2s, they all hit,
Yeah.
and they're wounding him on 3s. 4 wounds.
4 up in bands! Oh, 3, go
That's
3.
6 damage.
4, give me 2 more dice. And he's down to a wound.
It's a single wound left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm going to tank the rest.
And the Magna Lance cannons,
Yes!
2 shots, 2s,
Oh, come on, I need
and
some ones.
2s.
Oh, 2 4-ups. It's going to live. I'm going to re-roll this one. I'm going to re-roll
gonna
it.
re-roll it?
I'm going to re-roll
Sure.
it. Yeah, I want my Eversaw to live. No, he's dead.
Well, he's got 6 damage, so he's going to take 6 feel no pains now, as if it's 4+.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, he's dead. Okay. Okay.
Bye bye, Eversaw. What's next?
So the other Magna Lance Cannon's going to go into the remaining Deathwatch Squad members over there.
Okay.
So 2d3. 5 shots. 2s. And they all hit.
Yes.
And 2s to wound.
Oh, only 3.
I'm going to spend the Warlord trait reroll, Cunning Commander.
That's 4. Ooh. So 2 on the termies to start with.
So 2 Terminator dead.
So that's the squad dead.
Well, it's only AP -3, so you do have a 6-up save on your bike and your last guy.
Oh, one's alive!
One of them is alive. That's very, very frustrating. See, if Anna told you that, you've got to do some more.
Simon, so end of the phase. I think this little dude, because he survived some Melter Lancers to the face, I am going to pay 2 CP to auto-pass him.
That's annoying. Okay.
Yeah, the main reason why, guys, actually, he is an objective secured jump pack guy who's going to be able to get... I don't think he'll have enough range to get the priority objective next to this mammoth thing, but I'll roll his advance and see where we can get to. Interesting. Very interesting, but it's definitely going to cause another point swing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Eversaw, I had such big plans for him, but I mean, he took a few Melter Lancers to the face, to be fair. Like 16, 18 damage. Anyway, I think the plan is today is to bring my my captain down right at the back of the board, so I've still got his beacon and jealous, so I can still move around the Deathwatch squads late game if I need to. The rest of the Deathwatch squads are going to stay out of range of Simon's Valiant, because that's, as I've figured out already, is absolutely nasty for Deathwatch squads. So he's just going to have his big knight trying to shoot me, which isn't going to kill Deathwatch squads. And just continually trying to outscore him. That's the key to this mission. Okay, so my turn 3 movement even. So I've brought in my Deathwatch squad over here. This Custodes tank is still very much hiding just behind the barrier here. So the Valiant has range on it with its missiles, but nothing else is going to have range on it, so that's really good. These guys are only in single fire range of your guard over here. These guys here, there's 4 of them which are still in range here, so that should be enough shots between them to kill them. I've advanced a guardsman here, which is just out of 1 inch of all the rest of them, so providing I kill this squad, I get objective 5. My jump pack guy, which you did not kill, Simon.
I did not kill him.
He's on objective 4, so that's another point. I can't get objective 1 off you because I didn't roll quite high enough.
Not quite. It is being well guarded, to be fair.
Because you've got heroic intervention, so it'd be really hard. Do you know what would have got it? An Eversaw.
An Eversaw would have been really good at this point, I imagine.
Yes, he would have. But hey, let's just see what happens. So I've done all my moves, so that's how the guardsman got over there. So first of all, I'm going to do my 8 shots into your Valiant, because I hate it. Are you rotating your iron shields?
Yeah, I've got enough. Oh, no, he doesn't need to. He has Iron Bulwark. He already has a 4+ save. With the new FAQ, I cannot improve it any further.
Yeah, okay. Reroll once because he's a super gold Custodes. And wound you on 4s. Ooh, that is 5 again.
That is not bad. Let's have a look. So 4+ invulnerable saves.
Oh, you didn't just. Why didn't my Eversaw do that? No, wait, it'd still die with 6 quid.
Yeah. So 1d3 damage.
Ha! 1.
1 damage. Cool. So he's taking 2 damage now.
I'm going to use my golden bolters now. Reroll the 1s on that. And on 5s. That's 2. 2 more saves, Simon.
2 more. Let's grab some dice. Oh, 1 more goes through.
Double my amount of damage on you.
There we go. So he has now taken 3 damage.
Right. Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
What's that?
I am going to do a. I'm going to use a D3 mortal wound shell on you.
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not? No.
No.
Okay.
I forgot to mention with my movement phase, I have dropped my jump pack commander just behind that skull-shaped building back there.
He is back there, we promise. He's
just behind the building. He's hiding expertly. So let's get on with the rest of the shooting. We'll get back to you after I've shot all my Deathwatch at these guys. Okay, so that's it from my shooting. These guys have shot Unfortunately, only killed 7 of them because we weren't in rapid fire range. I wasn't expecting that. So he's still got 3 left. He may fail his morale, but that's quite an issue because I was hoping to get that objective there. These guys can't see. There's a company commander here who has moved, so unfortunately he can't do anything, but he's there just to block the Valiant from causing any trouble. So that's the end of my turn. So not a massively killy turn. I did kill, what was it, two wounds on your Valiant?
Yeah, 2 wounds on the Valiant this turn.
Oh, good times.
So I suppose I should probably do my morale then on these guys.
Yep.
So
How many, you auto passing or you?
It's 2 CP to auto pass, isn't it? I think I probably need to because
I think you do.
I have to have this objective off him because if I fail this, I only need to lose 1 guy to not score this objective.
I'm not in with one of them.
Yeah, so I will spend 2 CP to make them heroically brave, and they'll stay where they are.
I'm going to see if I get your command point back. Yay! Everyone's a winner.
So we are both down to 2 CP.
Okay, so I'm on 1, 2, 3 objectives, and you're on 1, 2, and the bonus, you're on 3, so that's a tie round.
Cool. Right, we'll get back to you at the beginning of turn 4. I am rapidly running out of models, so I think I'm just going to have to throw screening and tactics out the window and just be very, very aggressive now. Priority objective for this turn is number 5, which is right in the middle where my 3 guardsmen are. So I really do need this objective this turn. There's only 2 points in the game at the moment, so I can still win this. Now that all the Deathwatch on the table, I can start basically killing them and start getting them off the table to stop them from scoring. I do need to clear off a few little models and objectives to make that happen, and we'll see how that goes in the next turn. Yeah, pretty short movement phase, not very models left. Essentially, my Engineer has dived out of cover here to try and claim this objective here.
Okay.
The Porphyrion rolled a 6 on its advance and moved as far forward as he could do, so a 60-inch move. Basically lining up his shots against probably the Deathwatch on this side.
Poor Deathwatch.
Storm shields, though, they could tank it.
Yeah.
The guardsmen in the middle have just sort of surrounded that objective there, just to try and keep out of line of sight as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that's good play, definitely.
And then the Valiant on the other side has moved backwards towards objective 4. That annoying guy is still
alone.
But he has placed himself within 12 inches of the guards to help out, and he's also has line of sight to the other annoying company commander there.
Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see what happens.
Cool.
Where are you going to start first, buddy?
I'll start with the guardsman. They're just going to shoot into your guardsman. So
6 shots.
5 shots.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, one's got a pistol.
So hidden on 4s.
Yeah, not like my guardsman.
And 4s, just 1 wound.
Cool. So 4 because they're in cover. He's good.
Cool.
That's a D6.
Lovely. In which case they can take 4 melter guns from the Valiant.
What are you doing with the rest of your shots, buddy?
So 4 melter guns from the Valiant are going to go into the guardsman.
Yeah.
Both auto cannons are going to go into the company commander.
He's not the closest.
Oh, of course he isn't. That's a good point. Yes. Oh, that's a shame. In which case then...
Oh, he may live! Until the Porphyrion just his melter.
Yeah, so in that case then the auto cannons will go into the guardsman as well. Try and clear just get rid of the guardsman off that objective. You need those two. Yeah. The missile and... I'll throw a missile into the Deathwatch squad on this side.
Yeah.
And then the flamer and the harpoon are going to go into the jump back guy. Sorry.
That's reasonable. Okay, go on. Go for it. Do your harpoon. Do your harpoon.
Okay, so this harpoon is going to hit this game. This is the time he's going to do it. Single guy. He's going to redeem himself.
Let's do it.
No, still fails. Do I spend a command point to actually get this thing to work?
I don't think it's ever going to work.
It's not.
Whoever made that harpoon, it's faulty.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, we're just going to go straight to the flamer. So 3d6. 11. 6, 9, 10.
Is this into the one guy?
It is into the one guy. That was pretty
How many wounds? Tell me. Poor guy. Survived a harpoon. You just imagine dodging
8 wounds into this guy.
5 ups.
These are all 5 ups because it's -2.
Ah! He's very dead.
He's dead.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
he's
yeah.
dead.
It wouldn't have mattered if he had like 4 different storm shields
Yeah.
attached to him. Yeah, he's still dead.
He's very-
Okay, so it is 4 melter guns into these heroic guardsmen up there.
Yep, so 3's hit, only 2 hit.
Oh.
2 wounds
they're
out.
dead.
Yeah, they're pretty dead.
Okay,
So
what's next?
That is the Valiant done.
Yeah, we'll just get rid of these 2 guardsmen. Okay, Simon, you splitting your shots up, are you?
I
You
am.
feeling brave?
Yeah, let's do this. So the 2 autocannons are going to go into the company commander because he's now the closest.
He is the closest. He's even facing the wrong way. He doesn't want to look.
Yeah.
I think all of these autocannons are just going to go flying over his shoulder.
Yeah,
And
probably.
Everything else
Even
going,
with ballistic skill 2+, probably.
it's not going to work. And everything else
Yeah,
into
the 2 Magna Las cannons are going to go into the Deathwatch squad.
this squad here, yeah.
Yep. So the autocannons will go first into the company commander. 3 hits.
Oh, he's going to survive this.
He
Yeah,
may
2.
do. That's 2. They're AP -1.
Still get my 5 up in van. Oh, he saved one. He's
so
taken 2 wounds.
2 damage.
That's fine.
And then the Magna Las cannons are going to go into the Deathwatch, so they'll roll them all together. 4d3 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so all hits. And 6 wounds.
There's going to be stick storm shields. Let's see what happens. That's 6 saves, buddy. I'm going to get your reaction.
That's disappointing.
Not the right time,
I
mate.
can, yeah, I can kill tanks, but apparently I can't kill infantry.
The company commander.
Yeah.
He's actually the one who's going to cost you this, actually, because
Yeah,
he's
I
going
think
to
so.
he's going to move twice onto this now, isn't he?
Yeah. I've just been very unlucky with some of my shooting. Just not being able to finish off squads has been very frustrating. Not killing a single member of that squad might
Honestly,
the game now.
I don't think that's going to change anything. It's the company commander actually, which is going to change it because he's the one who can steal the objective.
True.
Interesting. Well, let's see what happens with Deathwatch. Turn 4. Deathwatch, turn 4. The tank has come out of hiding! No one's seen it all game. The other 2 just blew up too quickly, and this one has finally come out. Now there's 6 inches behind them. The banner and the shield captain are just hiding behind the wall. And my Deathwatch are hiding behind the wall now.
Deathwatch were here, but they've just moved.
You're kind of probably getting the theme of everything's kind of hiding. My watch captain over here, watchmaster even, is just on objective 3. Now my company commander on 1 wound left is just hovering just above the objective there. He's just within 3 as long as I clear the guard. My other company commander over here has we've done our moves already, and he's managed to just nip round the corner there. He's within 3. He's with 3 of the objective, but just outside of 3 for heroic intervention. So that's pretty costly for Simon. Now, the Deathwatch squad here. So I've used my captain here, and everything's just within 3. It doesn't have to be wholly within, 6 of the Beacon Angelus. So they've all dropped down back over here. Reason being, I'm trying to get as close as I can to try and shoot this guy off objective number 1 as well. So hopefully there's going to be quite a swing in points here. So hopefully I should have 4 myself and knock Simon off 2 of them. So this should hopefully be a big turn for me. Right, first of all, we're going to do the tank here. He can just see those guardsmen. So let's do the heavy bolters first, since they seem to do all the damage for me for some reason. That's a bunch of hits. And strength 6. So that is 4 minus 2 wounds, Simon. So I believe they are dead.
They are dead. That is the last of the guardsmen, and that is the priority objective open for Andy.
Okay, so next up we're going to do the Deathwatch. They have 24 Hellfire shots, rerolling 1s for the captain, all coming into this guy here.
Yeah.
I think, Simon, should we just call it and say he's gone?
Yeah, I mean, we just tried to work out how many shots these guys are firing. And
He's probably going to get 16, 17 wounds on a 4 wound model, is he?
Yeah, even with a 4+ armor save, I think we can safely say this guy's probably not going to survive that.
Yeah. So that's it. So in terms of scoring, what I set out to do, so number 4 is contested, so neither of us get that. Number 5 is mine, so I get 2 points for that. I get 1 over there for the one with the Watchmaster, and I get 1 for my objective over there. So I get a 4.10. And you've got 0 for this turn, I'm afraid.
I have got 0 for this turn, so not a great game. Well, not a great turn for me, unfortunately, but we've still got one more guaranteed turn, so we'll see how we can do in that next turn.
I think these Deathwatch are going to get so killed now.
I kind of hope so. I mean, I think I've given up any chance of winning this game, so now I think I'm just going to try and murder as much Deathwatch as I can as a consolidatory prize.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, see you guys at the beginning of turn 5.
You know what?
So Andy's massively outscoring me in points now, so it's probably not going to be able to make a comeback, so I'm just going to resort to good old reliable petty vengeance.
So, Simon, walk me through what you've done, buddy. How are you feeling?
Well, I think I'm a bit too far behind now to catch up in points, so I think we're just going to kill stuff now.
Yeah. Okay, so which is the priority objective this turn?
So priority objective is number 4, which is where the Valiant is standing on top of currently.
Oh, but don't forget I've got a company commander.
You do. For now. I can't promise he's still going to be there in a moment.
Oh no, don't tell me you're going to shoot your harpoon at me.
As tempting as it is, I don't want to rely on the harpoon, as it's been not brilliant this whole game. So,
Okay.
so I think we're going to start with the Porphyrion first.
Good, so you've moved him all the way over here to
Yeah, I
make
think
sure
he's
my company commander's the closest, haven't you?
Yes.
And he's very much eyeing up the last of the gold tanks.
He's killed the other two.
Which have
Why not
done
make it
nothing
a...
this game.
Yeah, you might as well make it a hat-trick of tanks if you can.
Yeah, okay. Right, let's roll it up, buddy.
So, first things first, we're going to throw both the autocannons into the company commander with 1 wound left, and then both the Magna Lance cannons are going to go into the Caladius.
Remember your -1 to hit, because my banner's bravely standing behind a wall.
He is somewhere over there, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do the autocannons into this guy first.
Yeah.
So hitting on
Custodes saw what happened to their brothers when they stood out in the open versus this thing.
So it's 3 wounds onto the company commander.
5 up in buns. What should we pass these?
No.
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 He's very much dead.
No, he's dead.
Would you like to ceremonially remove?
He is gone.
He is gone. Okay, what's next?
So both the Magna Lance cannons are going to go into the final tank.
Okay.
So it is 4d3 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're hitting on 2s. Ooh, that's not brilliant.
Ooh, it could survive. No, it's
Yeah, hits on 2s, plus 6.
-1.
Oh no.
So take one of those out, because one of them was a 2. He's got 3 hits. Oh, 3 wins. I need to pass one of these. Will he survive?
No.
No, I'm going to reroll. I'm going to reroll one. There's no point in me rerolling one, but I'm going to do it. No, he's still dead.
18 damage, sir.
Does that feel good, does it, Simon?
Yeah. I killed all 3 of the tanks with the Porphyrion, so it's actually done its job of being anti-tank.
Oh, do I get my command point back while my... Oh, no, you've killed my guy who had it. Yeah. Oh, this is just going horribly wrong for me.
I assume this thing explodes, but I'm guessing it's only a 6d6 range.
No, it's a 6-inch range if it explodes, and it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay, that was horrible. I'm going to remove my model that I bought the other day. You know what time it is now? It's time for Simon to use his harpoon.
It is. I'm going to...
4 turns in a row so far. It has failed. And this is turn 5, isn't it?
It's in 5.
Yeah.
Can't be 5 times. It can't be possible. So
Okay.
I'm going to throw the 4 melter guns are going to go into the company commander and just make sure I
and the
kill
harpoon.
him. I'm not going to throw the harpoon into him. I'm going to throw the harpoon into these guys.
Is that because it does mortal wounds if it fails, isn't it?
If it actually wounds, it actually does mortal wounds, yeah. And the autocannons and the flamer are all going into this as well.
Ooh, oh dear. Okay, so this is going to be quite nasty. I was expecting this after I brought the squad over here.
Yeah. So we'll do the melter guns into the company command first. So hitting on 3s.
3 hits.
And wounding on 2. I'm going to spend 1 command point and reroll one of them. Okay, so I have 1 CP left.
Let's see what happens. He's very dead.
No, I wouldn't mind anything to me. Okay.
How much damage do you do?
Well, now I'm a half range. So the first one does 4 damage, and the second one does 6 damage.
So only 10 damage to my company commander. Okay, fair enough. I think I should remove it.
Yes, let's remove the company commander.
And let's see what happens to our Deathwatch here.
Okay, so Harpoon's going to go last. So this is the 4 Siegebreaker cannons.
Okay, let's roll them up, buddy.
So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots. Freeze. And freeze. Ooh, not brilliant. 3 wounds.
Okay, let's roll these up.
AP nice one, but it's getting on storm shields.
Hell yeah. Oh, 2 dead. I'm going to re-roll one of these with my Chapter Master. His once per game ability. No.
Nope. 2 storm shields dead so far.
Okay, that is 2 down.
Cool. And now it'll be the conflagration cannon. Oh, that is 14.
This is after me saying how bad this weapon was. Look at you running over there to get more dice like a little excited person.
That many, sir. 11 wounds.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 storm shields left. So 4 at a time. 1 dead. 3 at a time. It's got one. He's very dead. 2 at a time. 1 at a time. Yay, 1 at a time. Yay! 1 storm shield still alive.
It's fine, because that last storm shield is going to be it. Harpooned.
Come on. Do it.
It hits! Oh my god, it hits! It's going to want to wound now.
You don't know what it does now, do you? You've never hit with it.
It wounds! Oh my god. Is that
3 up save. No!
10 damage! 10 damage! 5 times in a row it failed. Right. So, one guy takes 10 damage. Excellent. And D3 mortal wounds to the unit. So, the harpoon kills 2 guys.
Brilliant. Okay, so here we have it. Simon, end of your turn. These guys do not need a morale check. I cannot believe they're still alive because the Terminator makes them fearless.
Should probably get rid of this guy because he's not there anymore.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He needs to go.
Oh, nice. End of the turn, Simon. These guys are very much still alive. What do you think about that?
I don't like that you don't need to take morale. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Terminators make them fearless. Terminators are the coolest unit in the game. Surely you know that. Okay, so my turn 5. I'm just going to hopefully try and get back on the objectives. I can't believe that harpoon finally hit. But my Deathwatch squad's still alive. This is probably going to be the last turn. I think I'm creeping up on point, so it's just going to be another turn of running and hiding and really not being able to interact with Simon's army whatsoever. Okay, so here we have it. This is my turn 5. So quickly, guys, what I've done is I have moved my Deathwatch squad onto number 1 here. I had no company commander here because he finally started harpooning him. No, you didn't harpoon him, did you?
No, he got melted.
Yeah. Number 5. I have a plan for number 5, Simon. I have a little guy just behind here. He's going to try and charge him and bounce around. Now, this is probably going to end in tears, but, it's a priority objective, isn't it? Number 5.
5? No, priority objective is actually number 4, which is what the Valiant is on top of currently.
I'm not going near that thing. This thing only has 3 attacks in combat. I'm okay with that.
Not the 3d6 autoflamer.
I'm going to. I'm on this objective, and I'm on this objective here. So I guess really the only thing to do, Simon, is to see if I make my charge.
I cannot overwatch you because the way that charge works is you actually be able to see the person you're overwatching.
Yeah.
So because we play bottom floor of ruins are line of sight blocking.
Yeah.
I physically can't see him, but he can still charge through this wall.
Just for clarification, the big doorway we are playing as you can see through it just because it's giant. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So he is definitely in. We'll get back to you with the fight phase to see if he survives. So better roll my charge range up. Let's see what happens, buddy. 12 inches.
I think he's in. I don't know if you want to measure that, but I think he's probably in there.
I think he's going to be on the objective. Watch him get stomped to death now.
Oh.
Okay, so I've already attacked. I've piled in consolidated. As you could expect, I've done absolutely nothing. On to Simon, buddy.
I'm going to attempt to stomp you. So the firing actually isn't that brilliant in combat. It only actually has 3 attacks.
What weapon skill is it?
It's weapon skill 3+.
Okay.
So it's like a normal knight in combat, just has less attacks.
Okay.
So,
9.
Written on freeze.
Uh-oh. This may not be the most sensible
That's
idea.
not bad. He is strength 8 basic.
Uh-oh.
That is some ones, however.
Ooh, I may actually
what?
survive.
I'm going to use my last command point to reroll one of them.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
oh,
there's an
no,
extra
go on,
one
hand
for you.
another one. Oh, no.
No, these are D3 damage each.
He's got 5 wounds.
So I need to do 5 damage of these.
Yeah.
So I'll do one at a time.
He's dead.
There's 3.
6.
6. 7 wounds. I killed him in the combat.
Should we call it there, buddy?
I think that's probably a good place to
That's
call it.
another 1, 2, 3 points to be
And
versus.
I get 1, 2, 3 from
Yeah, I don't think you can catch up.
you also get line breaker because you are still back here annoyingly.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it really. Neither of us got Warlord.
Neither of us got Warlord.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, Andy did not get Warlord against my Porphyrion.
So there we have it. So final score was 18 to 11.
Yeah.
Sure didn't feel like it's going to be that way at the start, did it?
It was a little bit closer at the end there, but lack of anti-troop really hurts my Imperial Knight army, unfortunately. But something to consider next time we're building the army.
Yeah. My whole plan with this really was to try and get you down to 2 knights. I knew I couldn't touch the Porphyrion. It just was never going to happen.
No, you've got once the 2 tanks had died, you had nothing that was really worth throwing at it. Really,
but even with all 3 tanks, I'd probably take off like 6 wounds a turn to it.
it is a very nasty unit.
Yeah. I thought the thing was I try and take out the Valiant, or try and take out the Gallant, and then after that I try and just kill all your troops, so you've got 2 objective scoring things, and then I just run and hide.
I think as an alternative to the Castellan, it's really good fun. It's probably not as flexible as the Castellan, and not being able to Overwatch kind of hurts it, but it's just such a fun unit.
Oh,
It's such a fun model, and when you just delete units off the table, it feels so great. It feels so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think against a different army, like a more mechanized army, you'd have done really, really well on that, because you just can't interact with it. It's so long range, and it's just going to annihilate everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it works well in the shooting knight army. I think we were talking about this before, is that maybe swapping the Gallant and the Valiant out for maybe 2 Crusaders and just going all shooty. I think that would support the Porphyrion work a bit better.
I think the problem with the Valiant is when it got into combat, apart from its lance,
Yeah,
it was amazing. But it's the fact that actually it can be move block, and the fact that your Gallant can be move blocked as well means that it's really just your Porphyrion which is carrying the entire game.
It is. The Valiant's very good once it gets into range, but having that such short range, it's very easy to move block and stop it from getting to priority units. Once it gets there, like you saw earlier, it deletes units. It's just not. The range just doesn't help it at all.
Obviously, I think on a bit more of an open board, you probably have stood a bit more of a chance.
Yeah, quite possibly. More open terrain for me to be less likely to be move blocked is certainly something that would have helped. But it is as it is. Being a knight army, it's one of the things you have to work with.
Deathwatch performed well. I don't think, against heavy anti-tank, they're amazing with their storm shields. The thing which it falls down to is just weight of fire, or if you've got any ways of dishing out mortal wounds, such as your harpoon.
Yes.
Then they really do suffer from that. But yeah, that's about it really. I just used them to be more mobile and just try and...
They're great counters to this army, to be honest, because storm shields, for the most part, are just really great at just soaking up the big anti-tank weapons from the knights. And being objective secured means they can just stick on objectives for such a long time.
Yeah.
And being so, I mean, they're relatively cheap for the amount of war gear the damage they put out.
Don't say that.
So yeah, so if you're from GW watching, Andy thinks they're fine.
Yeah.
So
that's enough said about that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So guys, that's the end here. If you like what you've seen, remember, subscribe to the channel and let us know what you think about the battle report, about the tactics we used. If you'd have done anything different, let us know. And we'll see you in the next video.